Hey everyone, this is Nona again from The Alliance Lover. This is another video in my series where I talk about loungewear sets for the body types. In this video, I'll be covering the Flamboyant Naturals first, and in the second half, we'll be looking at some soft naturals. So to get started with Flamboyant Naturals, you really want to create a nice, relaxed, but sweeping look and incorporate some bolder, bigger shapes to really account for wideness in the shoulders, more streamlined nature of the torso, and just the overall length of your body as a flamboyant natural. So a piece like this, which can really easily double as an outfit you want to wear to maybe a yoga class if they ever open up again. It's just a really fun way to incorporate that big flowing swoop front and center. This shape can be really overwhelming on more narrow and small body types, but it wears really well on the flamboyant natural. And since it's a bigger piece, you can just wear leggings underneath and look pretty polished, in my opinion. So this next piece is very similar to the first, except now we're seeing a sort of cowl layered neckline or collar. This also is a really great shape for the flamboyant natural. It has all of that draping and the fabric kind of folds onto itself and it creates a lot of interesting texture and bulk. That's really great for the flamboyant natural. These sleeves are a little bit thinner, so they'll really embrace your shoulders more. And again, you can just wear them with leggings and not really have to worry about matching sets too much. But you really want to make sure that the colors do go together. Don't wear this with blue or jeans or anything like that. But this is a pretty versatile piece of clothing. You can also wear it with, I would say, shorts underneath and socks because I like to do that. Now this piece is one of my favorites. I think it's really fun and bold. It's a daring inside look, and if you happen to have a wardrobe malfunction, that's perfectly okay at home, I think. This is a really great, deep, dramatic, but still wide kind of neckline. We have the beautiful sweeps of fabric along the sleeves. We have some, waist emphasis here, but it's nothing too tight or cinched in. We still have that relaxed kind of sweeping line all throughout. And this is just such a textural kind of material. It's good to switch from more rough fabrics to something a little bit more silky and smooth, just to have a little bit more choice and range in your wardrobe. So this piece is more fun. Obviously, it has more print to it. It feels very much like a holiday outfit, but I think it's a really great loungewear set as well. I really love the wide kind of layered neckline, all that extra fun bulk in fabric, the really nice horizontal print. I love how tactile this kind of sweater material looks. And it's just ever so tucked into the front of these joggers. I think it's a really fun look that, will look good on most body types. The flamboyant natural can really make the most of it with their shoulders, their width, and their length, because this might be a little overwhelming on shorter types. This is a fun one. I think it's simple, but it's fun. It's very clean. But again, we have the sweeping strokes of fabric, the bold shape, and this kind of volume. It's hard to pull off if you don't have the structure and the width and the height for it, but Flamboyant Naturals have that, so this is a really great way to show off your body type. And lastly, we have this nice rust colored ensemble. Of course, you can get in other colors, but I really love this color. It's just so warm and it feels very inviting. So this one's a little bit more intricate than the other ones, but it's still quite relaxed. It's still quite sweeping. And, this isn't the most delicate and dainty of lace trims. It's not super thin. If you're going to do a lace trim or something more delicate, try to look for a bolder or a wider trim so that you can kind of, I would say, compensate for very small, maybe overly fragile kinds of trims and details. Really love the sleeves on this, love the length, just love how this top or camisole kind of flows and drapes over itself because it's tucked in quite in a relaxed way. So it's not like super neatly and, very tightly tucked in. There's just an air of ease to this whole outfit, even though it's a bit more composed and busy than the other options. And just kidding, I actually have two more for the Flamboyant Naturals. This one is another more clean, simple lounge set, but again, it has that kind of sweeping width that is just really beautiful on Flamboyant Natural. I really love these sleeves, the fun little tuck here, and I really love that these are the kind of joggers that really help emphasize the length of legs without being too clingy or too thin. Even at home, sometimes it's uncomfortable to wear extremely thin material, but if you get a kind of medium knit like this, it's a lot more comfortable. And lastly, we have this one, and it just makes me think of Jessica Biel for some reason, especially with the shoulders. So this is the outfit for, I guess, the more athletic or sporty at-home look. It's a bit more clingy up top, so that's a great way to show off muscular shoulders if you would like. It's still quite clean throughout. It's simple, it's uncluttered, but we still have a lot of texture going on, and the proportions are just meant for longer, more angular limbs. This can be a little hard to pull off if you're very round and soft and curvaceous. It might be a little overwhelming because this requires a bit more of those lines to really make the most of, in my opinion. So let's move on to soft naturals. So with the soft naturals, we're still embracing the sweeps and the flow and that sense of relaxation, but we're focusing more on a mix of clingy and body hugging with a bit more roominess, a bit more sweeps, but the sweeps are a bit more contained because the soft naturals are smaller than the flamboyant naturals. They don't look as long. They don't have as much of that kind of angularity or width in their structure, so just a little bit more compact. So for this first look, again, body hugging but clingy with roomy. So I don't know if you can tell right away, but this just looks more petite friendly or friendly for shorter, smaller body types, not as overwhelming for shorter body types. We have the nice fitted, round, body hugging top, the great waist emphasis here, and the nice flowy pants. Make sure that you get ones that actually fit you because you don't want to mop the floor with your pants. This is a really fun, super cozy one. First of all, the cardigan is just amazing with all of this extra sweeping fabric, but it's not too long, and the asymmetry of the bottom hem adds a bit more of a dynamic look to it. It's not cut and dry and straight. There's just a bit more dimension to it. The higher neckline and the fitted crop top, very body hugging, And you get a bit of midriff there if you're into that. If you're not, just get a longer tank top or tuck it in. Just make small changes, but personally I like the crop top look at home. Here is one quite similar to the inside layer of the previous one, but in t-shirt format. So again, that rounded neckline, body hugging, clean, uncluttered t-shirt, and the nice little waist hugging waistband, the fun, bigger tie that adds just a little bit more fun texture, and the nice sweeping pants. So you don't really want to go tight on tight. It gets a bit overwhelming because when you wear it tight on tight, you lose that ease and that flow, and it just looks like a completely different energy and sentiment behind the outfit. So this is my favorite one of the soft naturals. I really love this tie front little crop sweater. It adds just so much flair to the at-home lounge look. And it's just really different from all of the other looks. I think it's really fun. I love the longer sleeves. It's just fun to see all this bunched up fabric on the soft natural. I love this waist emphasis here. Again, we're seeing body hugging, mix of clingy and roomy, and nice contained sweeps and volumes of fabric. Here we have one that's just a lot more cozy, comfy, and roomy, but still we can see her body. It's not overly baggy that we're losing her shape. It's cut ever so that we're seeing her waist still. Of course, she's emphasizing it with her pose, but the cut is still smallest at the waist in terms of the top, and the pants are cropped enough so she's not getting lost in a sea of pant fabric. I love this deep, plunging, but still slightly softened neckline. It's not super sharp at the plunge. Love these larger sleeves that are still cut shorter so you can still see enough of her arms. She's not getting overwhelmed by it. I think it's just a really fun kind of linen lounge set. Maybe not the best for the fall and winter, but maybe you have your AC on, or it's not cold where you are, like here it is in LA. So here is one that is just a bit more texture. There's just a lot more going on, but it's still quite soft natural in its sentiment. It's playful without being super animated, and it's sensual. We have a lot of texture going on here. It looks very cozy. We have the, I would say roomier fit of this jacket, and we have the clingier, deeper neckline of the camisole underneath. It's just a lot more sensual looking, and a standard pair of good quality gray sweatpants. Here is a super cozy one. I absolutely love these tie waist cardigans worn without tying it at the waist. It just adds these nice sweeps, and I love how the fabric kind of just layers onto itself. We're getting a nice neckline here. It just adds a bit of that sensuality and openness to the outfit. Still quite body skimming all throughout, and I cannot resist a pair of fuzzy slippers, so that's a big plus to this one. And lastly, we have this one. I believe this one has a hood on it. That just adds a bit more fun to the shoulder line and the collar area. Again, we're getting these nice sweeps of fabric, but it's still controlled, it's still contained, it's not overbearing. And we have the body hugging portion of the pants here, and the nice contained flare, the bunching up of a little bit of extra fabric at the bottom. And This is just another really cozy look that strikes balance between showing off a lot of the body and then just really being relaxed and not obscuring, but just kind of draping the other parts of the body so that they're not so obvious. And that creates a very gentle overall line that's sensual and softly curved. So that's it for today. I will be linking all of these lounge sets in the description below. You can also check them out in my blog post. So you can see all of these outfits as pictures. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll be covering classics next. So stay cozy and I'll see y'all. Bye.